Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Glenn Weinzimmer, and let's queer up Black LGBTQ headline. R&B star Tank calls out Black community homophobia and their gay agenda. R&B singer Tank, a steadfast queer ally, addressed homophobia and spirituality in the Black community on the Holdin Court podcast. The 48-year-old artist reflected on his journey to unlearn homophobia during a conversation with host Big Court and co-host Rachel Renee. Tank explained, quote, "There's something about Black men and the homosexual conversation that is a mess. You have to think, for a Black man, the worst thing to be called is gay. The first thing somebody's going to allude to, whether you are gay or not, when they're trying to assassinate your character or get off the highest joke imaginable. They're going to gay first," end quote. He also criticized the notion of a program to make Black men gay, calling for deeper introspection about who perpetuates this stigma. LGBTQ activists point out that because of conservative Black churches, LGBTQ members of the community face much higher discrimination numbers than other races and other issues. This goes a lot deeper than just being called gay. I know that from the HIV community, one of the biggest affected groups is men of color. Because of shame, because of the churches, and they don't go for care, and they don't go for pre-treatments and doing PrEP and all of that, because they fear that if they were caught with those pills and someone saw it, they would immediately allude to or think that they're gay because they have that. So even if they're not gay and trying to have safe sex, they often don't do the PrEP because the perception is that is directly related to being gay. And so it's a bigger issue that this alludes to, and it is all still stemming from the church and from the community. And unfortunately, they're also not getting the funding they need because the conservative community is not giving them the money. And a lot of times they're in communities where there isn't a diversity of population enough to give those kinds of funding. And when we look at our state of Florida, and you look at the Panhandle, if you look at Jacksonville or Gainesville or any of those places, it's hard to get money up into those areas to support that community and to educate because the doors aren't open for that.
It also, crosses into the whole idea of American misogyny, right? This is not just about being gay. It's also about kind of feminizing people as a way of shaming them.
Absolutely.
And so certainly in the Black community, that's a big thing, but I think it's the same across the country.
But I think it's also interesting because, we know that the stigma with the Black community and the challenges of the Black community in general, and here the Black churches going out of their way to make sure that somebody's beneath them.
Well, Corey, like 3 white guys just talked on this subject. What is your life experience?
I'd like to hear the perspectives. Honestly, it's more than just the churches. It's a lot of the female perspectives, because a lot of these guys, they are kings of the castle. They are heads of their household. And if a woman or someone of that nature, their mom, the grandma, perceives them as gay, it's like the end of the world. Like, oh my God, I'm not a man. I'm not this guy in your eyes. I'm just some gay ass throwaway.
But in being specific to this story, talking about the churches, and I'm not familiar with Black churches, do women play a powerful role in that church?
Yeah. Women play a powerful role in as far as a Black family. Women play a very powerful role across the board.
And I know that they play a powerful role in the family, but the family and the church are sometimes 2 different entities.
Most people go to church because of the mother, because of the woman. Right. There's a lot of women that have their hand in the marketing, in the way the churches is run. They just put the preacher as the head and the face.
Exactly.
Women run the world.
The Black women is the strongest person. In every community that I've seen, my best friend happens to be Black. So his family all depend on the matrons of the community. Black woman is a strong woman.
And we need to we need to have conversation with that Black woman too.
We need to make sure that they are okay with gayness around them. Like, it's okay if a guy was gay in his teens and now he wants to date women, but according to them, you're still gay, ill, get away from me, I will never deal with you. And now they feel ostracized. Now they're mentally fucked, and it's just a hard across the board.
So it's a bigger challenge because you have to address the entire culture.
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
But Tank, though,
He's fine.
Right?
At 48,
And who's he dating?
he's actually married
To?
a woman.
Okay. Well, it helps to have an ally. You
It
know?
does. It does.
Who knows what his children are going to turn
You
out?
know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It helps.
you like younger men. This might work out well for
What are
you.
you suggesting?
Nothing.
That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There's no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.